When I first looked at this, I was inclined to support it. And I know this may seem odd. Many of you may not know this about my district, but we have a lot of refugees. We've been one of the targets of all the Middle Eastern refugees, and we gladly welcome these refugees from around the world. But many of them have been taken advantage of. They're new to this country. They don't know the rules and regulations. And some nefarious people have taken advantage of them. Last year, or I believe it was the year before, Gonzales Fletcher ran AB 1159, and I co-authored that bill. Because in that bill, we had attorneys and immigration consultants telling people there was a bill in the U.S. Senate, and if they wanted to be first to take advantage of that bill, they should hire them. And so people would do $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 deposits, and then they'd see $500 a month burn away as they were checking on the progress of that U.S. Senate bill that was not moving and probably will never move. And it's not right to take advantage of anyone, but especially not right to take advantage of populations in need. And what I'm concerned about with this is not every consultant, immigration consultant, is doing a bad job. Many are doing great jobs. And when I look at these people that are refugees and they're coming, they have nothing, zero. They're working and struggling to put a roof over their heads and food in their children's mouths. And they all can't afford attorneys. And not everything that you need requires an attorney. Translations, it doesn't require an attorney. Helping a person comply by telling them where to go to get the documents they need for the form, you don't need an attorney for that. And it doesn't mean that you can't use a consultant in addition to an attorney, therefore only paying for the attorney for the very crucial elements that only an attorney can provide. Now, I also my district has the distinction, not this particular year, but in past years, of being the epicenter for every fire that comes through San Diego County. In fact, in the Cedar Fire, my district lost 2,000 homes. And what do we have? We had a whole bunch of construction folks coming in to backfill that void. And when they did, a lot of them were charlatans. They didn't have licenses, they took people's deposits, and they took off. So this isn't the first time we've had a crisis where charlatans are coming in and making claims that are simply not true. The difficulty I have with this bill is that, to me, this is more of a scope of practice issue where we lay down strong guidelines. And I think that if we had specific training with certification on that training, so that that person would know, I can't just talk to a notary, I can't just talk to a consultant, they've got to have a 5-star certification from the state. And then I know that if there's, just like that construction person with a license to do construction, then I know I'm dealing with somebody who's properly trained and I'm getting it at an affordable rate. What I don't want is anybody preyed on that's in a population of need. And I want a balance that people get representation. You know, when you're dirt poor and everything in your life, you don't have a home anymore because they're going to execute you based on your religious beliefs or for any other reason, and you're struggling, why would we want to deny them multi-layers of support? Why wouldn't we allow them to go to a notary initially that is trained in this area where that notary or that consultant can turn around and say, I can take you this far, but you need an attorney moving forward. And I would also suggest that perhaps that program would work for attorneys as well, because I think a lot of attorneys do everything for everybody, and I'm not sure they're good and specialize in things that are so critical to people's safety. And I want to thank my good friend from San Diego who made some incredible points. But I would just leave you on the notion, in my district, if we eliminate these positions, there are going to be refugees who are not represented in any way, shape, or form, and they're not going to afford an attorney, and they're not going to be treated as good Americans would treat any guest that they invited into their country. I urge a no vote.